Rare books can sell for hundreds, thousands, even millions of dollars. But what turns a book, an object found in most households, into something of tremendous financial value? Firstly, there's no single hard and fast rule. Usually it's a combination of factors that gives a book some sort of value. Supply and demand usually comes into play. If demand exceeds supply, then prices rise. Here are a few things to remember. Is the book hard to find because only a few copies exist? The advent of the internet showed that many collectible books actually weren't that scarce. A good example of scarcity would be the first American editions of Moby Dick, because the majority of copies were destroyed in a warehouse fire. Publishers can also artificially create scarcity by printing a small number of copies, a limited edition, in order to create desirability. Does the book have any social significance that makes it desirable? Did it influence literature, like Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, or politics, like Marx's Das Kapital? In most cases, the earliest copy of the book is the most desirable. That's the true first edition. Collectors want to own books written by successful authors, and usually it's the earliest edition that they want the most. If an author has signed a book, that's going to push up value. Also, the death of a major author can push up book prices too. Collectors want the first edition, first printing of a book. That means the title's first appearance. Later editions and reprints just don't have the same appeal. If house buying is location, 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 rare book buying is condition, condition, condition. And condition includes the presence and condition of a dust jacket. In some first editions, The Great Gatsby for instance, the presence of the dust jacket is the defining aspect of the book's value. Condition and edition are very important when assessing a book's value. Age can affect scarcity, but it's not usually a critical factor in a book's value. Attics and basements usually contain many old books. Old Bibles, old encyclopedias, and other books printed in huge quantities, I'm afraid they're worth very little. Is your book beautiful? Does it have a gorgeous binding, or has it been illustrated by a famous artist, or contain memorable photography? Many book collectors do judge a book by its cover, and a pretty book can fetch a pretty price. Books can gain value by being connected with someone of significance. The most common occurrence is when a book has been owned by or signed by someone who is important. So, if you have a beautiful first edition of a book of some importance, written by a famous author, and yet it's still in great shape, but it's become hard to find, and it was once owned by someone of significance, then you have a very valuable book.